the Frank Center for the Arts in Marshall, Executive Director Jacob Gates. Hi, Jacob.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. Good to see you. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yes, you're one of our first guests on the start of our 24th year here on JTV.
I'm honored.
Great to have you make the trip over.
Absolutely.
This is an annual event coming up that really is a blast. And winter really is a key component of this event. Ice, wine, beer, and blues.
Yep.
But you're going to have it with ice anyway.
Yeah, well, it's going to be icy enough, definitely,
Okay.
to have the live ice sculpting. Yeah, many years it's very, very cold. This year it's going to be a little bit more mild, but it will be plenty cold for the ice. So
Yeah, in fact, it's often too cold for the
Right.
the walking around and stuff.
yeah. Well, the nice thing is you get to pop in and out. So for anyone who's never been there before, we have it at usually 10 locations. This year we have 11 locations in downtown Marshall on the Friday portion of the event. And yeah, people can walk around. You see the live ice sculpting, which is super interesting. And then you can pop in and out of the stores. And there's beer and wine tasting. There are appetizers from restaurants throughout Marshall. And so it's super fun.
All right, so it's a 2-day extravaganza, and really both days are distinctly different.
Yes, yeah. So Friday is really focused around the beer and wine tasting. There are shopping specials throughout downtown Marshall on both days, actually. But Friday is the beer and wine tasting, the live ice sculpting, and then on Saturday is the day that you have, again, shopping specials all day and live ice sculpting again on Saturday, and then culminating with a Laith Al-Sadi concert at the Frank Center on Saturday night.
Got some photos from last year or previous years.
Yeah, it's amazing what those ice sculptors can do. Every year I'm blown away. So, yeah, I could never do that. So, yeah.
Now this guy, I think a lot of our viewers have seen because he's from just down the road.
Yeah, yep. Ann
Laith.
Arbor.
Tell us about your big act.
So, well, definitely, certainly, if somebody has not seen Laith Al-Sadi, it's a bucket list thing. You ought to see this guy play. I mean, we were saying in the break, he could probably play Mozart on the guitar, but I love his, he's got some kind of Hendrix stuff. He can play old school blues. He can play anything on the guitar. He's got an amazing voice for blues and rock and roll. So, I mean, anybody who comes, in fact, I got my dad and his girlfriend Laith Al-Sadi tickets for Christmas because I'm like, look, you can't miss this guy. You're going to love it. So, yeah, it's not to be missed. There are a handful of tickets. I think we have last I checked, there was a box seat ticket, which seats 4 that was left. That and a couple other little seats. So if somebody hasn't gotten their tickets yet, you better get them quick. Yeah. Today, right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will definitely be sold out probably within hours.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yep.
All right, so one of those ice carvings looked like a retro video game.
Yeah,
Is that what that was?
Well, each year we have a theme. So those were from last year. Last year's theme was video games. This year's theme is sci-fi. And that's one of the most fun parts of it for me, because I'm surprised too. I walk around.
You're a sci-fi guy.
Well, I like sci-fi. I do. That's true. But we just give them a theme. The ice carver is John Marucci and his team of carvers, and we just give them a theme. We say sci-fi, and they take it and they run with it, and we get to see all the different variations that they make. So there's one of a video game
That's amazing.
console. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's amazing what they can do.
And yeah, it's going to be about freezing for part of this weekend, but these stick around for a while.
They do, yeah. So if you're lucky, you can catch them during the first couple days of the week, but certainly Friday and Saturday, during the day, Saturday, and even into Sunday, you can check them out.
Can you still buy the special pottery goblet for the Friday night?
Absolutely. I'm glad you brought that up. That's a fun part of the event too. So when people get their ticket, they can also get a artisan-made goblet with an East End artist who creates all these goblets, and that's kind of fun. People will buy one and bring it back from the past year, or some people buy one each year and make a collection of them. But it's kind of fun because they're all a little different, so you can choose the one that really fits your personality.
All right, so you can get tickets to that and buy your goblet anytime right now.
Yeah, the tickets you can get at the Frank, FRANKE.org. You can get your tasting passes. You can even buy the goblet. All pay for it all online, and then you just pick up your wristband and the goblet when you arrive in Marshall.
All right, so come either day, Friday or Saturday,
Yeah.
and up and down the streets. I noticed you guys had your first ever Marshall Restaurant Week.
Yes.
How'd that go?
It was, from everything I hear, a big success. So we're very proud of our food scene in Marshall and all of our restaurants. And they banded together along with Choose Marshall to create this system where you could kind of get a stamp or a punch at each restaurant that you visited during that week. And then a couple winners got, I think, a $200 gift certificate, just to get people out in the wintertime and enjoying our wonderful restaurants.
Nice. Well, I know you have some great downtown merchants, including Bayberry House Interiors, who watch every day. We appreciate that. Great restaurants and bars, and it's happening a little downtown.
Absolutely. Yep.
All right, you've got at the Frank Center busy schedule for the rest of this winter and spring.
Yeah, we are really in the thick of our busy season right now. So after Ice Wine Beer and Blues, the next thing we have coming up is Footloose, which is our high school musical. That's February 15th through 18th. We're always super proud of our high school and younger actors. They do an incredible job. So we're looking forward to sharing that with everybody. So that is the weekend of February 15th. And then the next thing we have after that, I want to peek at my cheat sheet here because otherwise I'm going to forget. The next one we have is Simply Queen. And I know that they played around here a little bit. I think they played in Albion not long ago.
Yeah, they were at the Albion Summer Music in the Park.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But they're about the best live Queen tribute band around. So we're excited about that. And that one is also selling very, very well. So folks should grab their tickets to that. But just if you love Queen, and who doesn't love Queen, right? So classic music. So that we're really excited about that one.
Yeah, they I think the last 2 years, they were the season-ending show at the Victory Park event in Albion, and it was always the most attended concert of the whole season.
Yeah, well, so Bob, who does the box office for us, he's sometimes kind of a stoic guy, right? He was like, we've got to get Simply Queen, they're so good. And so when Bob says that, I was like, all right, you're right, we got to get them then. So yeah, absolutely.
Are you doing some happy hour things?
We do, yeah. So we have a new happy hour series. It's the last Thursday of each month, typically. And we've been doing some karaoke. We had a film screening. We're going to be doing an open mic coming up in February. The 29th, I think, of February. And then going into April, we have our April one scheduled too. That one's going to be John Jorgensen. And for anyone who doesn't know who John Jorgensen is, he is a legendary multi-instrumentalist. He's one of these people who, the famous guitarists and mandolin players, they look up to as a legend. And he's played with all kinds of people, Elton John and just tons of different artists. So we were really excited. We found out he was coming through the area and kind of snatched him up. So we're excited to host that one.
Which one is John? Let me guess. The one with the mandolin.
That's the guy. That's the one. That's the one. Yeah. So, but yeah, he's a musician's musician, and we're very excited to host that. And that show's actually sponsored by Northfield Mandolin and Shub Capos, which is Northfield's a mandolin maker in Marshall. If you don't know about them, they make beautiful mandolins that are used by some of the best mandolin players in the world. So
yeah, right in Marshall. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I know. So it's exciting.
Yeah, everything has to be made somewhere, and it's the mandolin capital.
In Marshall, who knew? Yeah.
Unbelievable. We've got a lot, there are a number of, there's a couple of guitar makers here. We've got a drum maker here.
I know,
So,
we're fortunate.
Yeah, if you're in music, it starts here.
Absolutely.
All right, and you've got your, the Academy Awards of the Frank.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So our Michigan Music Video Awards, this will be our third time doing this. And I'll tell you what, for anyone who's not been to it, it is such a fun night. It's a little bit like a Billboard Awards or like a mini Grammys, right? We screen the videos, so you get to see these really interesting music videos up on the big screen. There are live performances. We're still booking the bands, but it's going to be probably about 4 bands that you can see live. You'll see the videos. There are kind of a red carpet mixer opportunity. So you get to share the space with some of the greatest filmmakers in Michigan, some of Michigan's greatest performing artists, and then you get to see them live on stage. So that's a show that I'm really excited to get the word out about, just because I'm so excited about it. I mean, it's like the coolest thing to hit Marshall, because you have all these amazing musical artists right there. You know, it's such a cool scene.
It does sound really cool. I'd like to get over there one of these days for that.
Yeah, and it's a unique event. I think people go, oh no, a music video award show. I don't really know what to expect, but it's super entertaining. You got the videos, you got the live music, you got people coming up to receive their awards. So yeah, it's a great night.
Awesome. Do they have music? Someone play off music when they go too long?
Well, you know, we do have it on cue, so we
Okay.
haven't. Usually, people are pretty succinct, but if we have to, we're not
Just
afraid
in
to pull
case.
the trigger and get them moving.
All right, and I think still on the schedule is your drag show, right?
The drag show is still on the schedule. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. That's a big one. That'll be our third year doing that. So yeah, we're very excited about that. We've got some favorites coming back. Sutton Lee Seymour is coming back. We have Gabby Galore coming back, who is amazing if you haven't seen Gabby Galore. So yeah, it's a super fun event. We're
And it
excited.
sells out, right?
It sells out. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one you want to get your
Sells
tickets
out.
for early too. Yeah.
And then Melody, I think we have one more
Yeah,
show.
Melody Angel is she's our final blues series, and she's kind of she comes from a lineage of old Chicago blues. So to me she's like a old Chicago blues vibe, but with like a modern female Jimi Hendrix feel on the guitar. So she's an artist we're really excited to have, and that will close out our blues series for the season.
Awesome. Wow, you got a lot of fun stuff coming up.
It's a busy time, but it's all fun. It's all fun.
Now, this big festival this weekend, it is a fundraiser for the Frank Center for the Arts.
It is, yeah. It's our biggest fundraiser that we do throughout the year. Typically, we get about 500 to 600 people in downtown Marshall. So it's a big party, it's a big event, and yeah, it's a big part of helping the Frank Center to do what we do throughout the year. So the tasting passes are $25. It's a great night because you have plenty of drinks to enjoy. You can really make a dinner out of all the appetizers, and it all goes to a good cause because it benefits the Frank Center and allows us to bring out all these wonderful artists to town.
Great. Well, thanks for putting on some great programs, and always great to see you.
It's a lot of fun. Thank you.
The Executive Director of the Frank Center for the Arts, Jacob Gates. We have